I'm Clint Myers on Troy Community Television on demand for David Denoyer as well. I'm with Mayor Michael Beamish, and we are in the Marina building. Although if someone's looking at it right now, they're probably not going to recognize some of this.
Well, if they're inside, they're probably not going to recognize anything of the past because it's it's futuristic. And as we have already talked about, the Smith's Boathouse restaurant is coming into this facility. So a lot of what they are planning hasn't actually been done yet. But when they open up, they certainly like the look, the openness. That's probably the first thing anybody walks in is going to notice, the openness of the Marina building. It's so different.
Now, I had been in before, and that's the first thing I noticed. It's bright, you can see all the way through, and it is just straight open.
Nice fixtures, a whole different atmosphere and ambiance when you walk in here. We're right here. This is a Chris Craft look, which is takes us back to the 1940s, 50s, and 60s, where Chris Craft boats were on the river a lot. So this area will be the bar area. We can talk a little bit about, you know, they're applying for a marina liquor permit, which is a specific for marina use only.
And that will cover out in the patio area, yes, and areas here around the building.
Yes, there's a designated area, and they have applied for that permit. There's no reason to think that they wouldn't, because you can only use that particular kind of permit in a marina setting. So here we are along the river in a marina building, and this is the Chris Craft look that I know when the Smiths came in, they were real fascinated. I understand Larry Smith has a Chris Craft boat that he is going to want to bring in to utilize. I don't want to steal all their trade secrets, but they're planning to put that into practice inside the restaurant here.
Well, you had Stan Kegley with you just a little while ago while we were taking a walk through, and you had led us through the space of what will become the kitchen, and that's the Smiths are going to take care of that.
They sure are, and boy, is that opened it up.
That's a big space.
They are quality people, and we all know that because we know the Smith family for different reasons here in the Troy community. Ron Smith is coming from having a very successful restaurant in Maui in Hawaii, and he's coming to be the executive chef. So that tells you something about the quality that we're going to be bringing in here. The Smith family in general has a history of restaurant businesses. So when they walked in, they saw all these possibilities. They developed a business plan, and they were excited about that. And so they have great possibilities. The kitchen area is opened up. They're going to do some things differently for service and for prep and for actually cooking.
And it'll be set up just as their kitchen, the way that they need it set up.
That they want to set it so that they, like they say, we want to have successful business, and they want people to come here and feel like this is the place to be, a destination.
Well, absolutely, it's a destination. It's, even at this point, it's eye candy.
Thank you. Well, and they've worked well with other partners. We've got the Ventures on the Great Miami coming here. Chris Jackson's real excited to partner with them on the outside for canoe, kayak rental, and storage. That's going to be great. We're planning to work with food truck vendors so that they wouldn't have the same product line as the restaurant will have, but for different events, they could provide a certain food that would be, I don't know what comfort food would be.
Well, I think you just hit it. It would be comfort food outside.
Right.
You've got your nice inside and where you can relax, enjoy the view, but once you get outside, you get a quick sandwich, and maybe you're on your bike or on the bike path or getting ready to watch one of the shows in the theater.
We're going to have quite a summer activity series here too, for different reasons. Events of wellness, of recreation, of river activity, of concert activity.
All the way across
we've got
the
the
board.
variety coming here, and we can only see this enhancing as everything grows. But the building, if you were to walk in here 2 years ago, and then you come in here today, you would think you're in a different marina building.
It is a different marina building.
That's true. And the good thing I tell everybody is, as you look at the floor, there's never been a flood in here. People are concerned about the water rising, and well, that happens with rivers. But this building was designed long ago.
And they knew that the river flooded.
And they knew that, so they provided, and there's never been a flood inside the marina proper. So that's a safeguard too for a restaurateur, knowing that we can have, we can set this the way we want it and not worry that we may have damage.
Well, as well, everything else on Treasure Island was designed and built with that in mind.
Right,
The
absolutely.
river is going to rise. You never know when, but it's designed with that in mind. So it's easy, it will clean up very easy, and the water will run off.
And I tell you, and I think I would certainly encourage you to look at the different structures that we have now in Treasure Island Park, realizing that there may be a water rise, but look at the structures and see how solid we've made them. And we've made it so there is river drain off as quick as possible. But we're excited. We're in the finalizing stages. We're like the pre, and then the post will be the actual summer activities that we'll have here, and it might be nice. I appreciate both of you being here to take some footage of what it's like now, and then hopefully we'll come back and do some on-site events.
I'm wishing we had come in before even it got this far. If we could have seen it in its beginning stages.
Absolutely, and we ought to take a walk over it. What I see, this is one area that kind of gives that ambiance.
Well, this is right inside the door.
Inside the door, and there's great possibilities. I don't want to give trade secrets away, but I will just tell you, when the Smiths finally open their doors for customers, I think you're going to be really, really impressed, and will become a river destination. To go along with the wonderful restaurants we have downtown.
Exactly.
So it's just another opportunity and choice that we have for folks, not only in the city of Troy, but in our county and in our region.
Well,
so let's take a look at the what I think is another feature that's new and different, because when I first came into Marina, I never knew it was existing.
Well,
and that's
there's
the fireplace room.
The fireplace room and the view out of the back of the restaurant.
We'll hopefully take a look at that.
Okay. Now, Mayor, we've made it into an area of the building that maybe necessarily people didn't know existed before, and you call this the fireplace room, and it's, yeah, pretty simple to see why. What a beautiful area.
Well, you know, when I first came in here, I didn't even know this side of existed. I'm sure they just use it as a collection.
Storage
But when they
area.
started to clean, they found that the Hobart family had a fireplace here. And so we have put the inset in here, and we actually call this the fireplace room. And it connects to another large area for banquets, for meetings. The ambiance, again, is there for casual dining or casual relaxing time after you get off of work. And you have the fireplace for the winter, and just the ambiance of the ceiling. If people knew what this looked like a year ago and where it is today, they would just say, you know, it's just a nice, relaxing, comforting place to be. And we do have use for this. They'll have meetings here, they'll have banquets here, they can open it up to a large scale, they can just have dining here. Extended out in the past here, you see some workers out here. They're extending the patio around to go out, and the reason for that is they will set up some tables outside so that people can just have some casual enjoyment and look at the scenery that's all around this area. And scenery it is. I mean, there's beauty looking each and every direction.
Now, they've added on 4 foot around the outside of the building.
Absolutely. And it was for a reason. There's a couple reasons. One, have handicap accessibility, so people that have some mobility issues can still get into the restaurant.
It will be no issue.
There will be no issue. Thanks, Clint. And then if you just want to sit out on a nice day, hopefully a cooler day, not a real hot day, but sit out and enjoy what the environment has to offer and the look has to offer. I think we have great extended possibilities. But this room is what I say is a new room, but it was here, it existed. It's just that it wasn't, we didn't have the vision years ago, and except the Hobarts did, and then we just saw it. We reinvented it. We invented the fireplace room. So this is it, and this is where we'll have a lot of activity with the Smiths down the road.
Well, we'll move back into the other room and see if we can get the view out that window.
Well, we've just came from the fireplace room, and as I open this door, you may notice that picture, a riverfront destination with the lighthouse, and we're going to kind of take a view of that in just a moment. But as you can see, we could open this up, and it becomes a large area for any kind of a reception that we might hold, or for the consumers, the people, the customers that come here. We can open it up and have much more seating than we maybe had when we just had this room. This was a room that was used. We had tables and chairs and dining, and our own park department crew helped frame out this particular room. What we now have is this room plus another
Plus
room.
the fireplace room.
Plus the fireplace room connected by a sliding door, which opens things or closes things as we need, as the Smiths need for different events. So here we are, another great look. We got the island out here with all the tree line and the view there. We can come over here. Again, we're still in the process of construction, Clint, but if you just take a look down there, you see the fireplace, or the lighthouse, and you look down, you see the bridge, and then you see all the ambiance of going towards the courthouse and downtown.
What a great view.
And just a great view. So you can imagine yourself on a warm summer night sitting out with your significant other and just looking at the ambiance that surrounds this whole facility.
Well, what a great patio to be eating dinner while there's something is going on in the amphitheater. To hear the music.
And again, I hope that you'll have an opportunity to take some of those video of the shelter house for activities, the ambiance of the lighthouse having that, and the Lock 10 blocks. We have utilized those blocks from Lock 10 to preserve the history. We have asked them, we didn't own those blocks. They donated the blocks from ITW Hobart Brothers so that we built that into the whole look of Treasure Island. So when you're walking, taking your wellness walks, you can stop, rest, and you'll be resting on history because the Lock 10 blocks are out there all around. So we got that. And of course the amphitheater. Amphitheater, as I hope you'll get a chance to see some video there, has so much to offer in terms of our concert series here. So anyway, the view, outside, inside, openness, fireplace, Chris Craft boats, all that history comes alive again along the Great Miami River.
The marina on the Great Miami River.
Thank you very much. And I have to do a shout out. The Smiths saw the vision. Larry Smith, Ron Smith, the family, all saw the possibilities. They live here. They wanted to be a part of this project. They did a great business plan. And even though it may not look like it, they now will start to work and develop this to fit their business and what they hope to achieve in terms of quality and success.
Well, certainly I can see the vision and why what has been done, because this is something that needs to be preserved and saved.
That's what I've always said. This is a legacy of the Hobarts, but it's also a legacy for this community in terms of keeping and preserving some of our historical structures, our treasures. I call this a treasure of Troy, and I can't wait to see it open up. I hope I'm one of their first customers.
All right, Mayor. Thank you so much for sharing this with us
has been
today.
Great, Clint. I really do appreciate you. You know, I've said this on our radio show. I say you and Dave do so much to promote this community and the positiveness that this community offers to our citizens, our county, and our region. So thank you.
I certainly think that this is going to bring just more notoriety to the community. It is going to bring in more from the outside.
Well, I hope that today is like the preliminary plans, and then we'll come back and you can do some on-site video and maybe have some live spots on for different events that we have here, and kind of showcase again what this is all about. But
Well,
this is kind of the beginning of what I think is an exciting future.
When the Smiths start cooking, we're going to slide in with you, and we'll get another sneak peek.
I'll be there with you. It'll be great. Thanks for coming, though.
Thank you so
Really
much,
appreciate
Mayor.
both of you.